Moving on to the center position, very interesting and a lot of names to talk about. We have dependable studs, Mr. Dwight Howard, who I saw as a future Hall of Famer coming out of the Atlanta area, actually Southwest Christian. You know,
That's right.
And definitely Dwight, for a keeper league especially, he's definitely he pays dividends.
It all depends on your league, man. I'm in a league where we don't count free throw percentage or turnovers.
Oh, that's
I took him with the second pick.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're in a league that counts turnovers and free throws, and you take him in the first round, you're gonna lose those categories every single week. And that's hard to overcome a lot of times.
Unless you get some free throw shooting, like guards that can shoot free throws like later on,
And ideally what you want to do in that situation is you want to get LeBron James with your first pick, and then on the way back, get Howard, and then those guys are going to mess up your free throw percentage and turnovers together, but they're going to win you the league doing everything else.
That's true. Andrew Bogut, interesting guy. I think he's ready. He's the only post guy in Milwaukee. He's ready to possibly be like 18 and 11.
I think so, and he's also good passing big man.
Mm-hmm.
The only downside on him is his free throw percentage is terrible.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God, yeah.
But hopefully he helps make up for that with the assists, and he blocked a lot of shots last year. I don't know if that was a fluke or if he is really going to be a shot blocker this year, but it's hard to argue with what he did last year.
Yeah.
And it just seems like he's going to really break out and stay healthy and have a good season.
Yeah. Yeah, he got tougher. He got tougher last year, too, I noticed.
And speaking of getting tougher, man, Andrew Bynum, look, he's cut now.
Yeah.
He is cut. He's big. He's healthy, and he's ready to beast on people as well. Andrew Bynum's a popular fantasy pick. Everybody loves him.
Yeah.
Everybody's a little nervous about his knee, but, man, he looks pretty good. He's got the starting job as far as we know, and he should be pretty fantastic this year.
That's right, and he's also, too, another thing, the Lakers have a dilemma. October 31st is the deadline for them to give him an extension. There's talk about a 5-year extension for Bynum, and if they don't sign him to that, he's an unrestricted free agent. So they have a heavy decision to make in the next 72 hours. And
we talked a little bit about Yao. He's missed a ton of games the last 3 years. He goes down the same time every year with a leg injury. I didn't draft him this year, but maybe he's due to stay healthy one season, so maybe this is the year. But a guy that may or may not be on the screen, I can't see it, is Al Horford.
Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't put him on the screen, actually, but double-double.
You want to talk about dependable studs. That kid he's going to put up, 15 or 16 points and 11 or 12 rebounds every single night. He's going to block some shots. He's going to not hurt you with his shooting percentages. And even though he's not really a center, he's more of a power forward. He plays the center very well. And they said last year when he came to the Hawks that his game was ready-made for the NBA, and he was ready to start playing right away, and he did. He went out and averaged a double-double last year, and he's only going to get better every year.
Right. Even Dick Vitale said that he was accidentally, like he did a radio interview in Tennessee, and the phone wasn't turned off. He didn't hang up his phone. And the radio station, he was still on the air, and then he said to some people around him, Billy Donovan told me they'll be crazy to take Joakim Noah over Al Horford. Crazy, like that. And it was supposed to be, it was not supposed to be on air.
Oh, that's great. That is fantastic.
Oh, wow. But moving on to, the sleepers. Johan Petro. For Oklahoma City, he's had a great preseason.
I'm not going to go out and draft Johan Petro, but if I need a center and he's available on wires, I'm certainly going to take a hard look at him. He put up some really nice lines during the preseason, and Chris Wilcox is hurting, which means they need Nick Collison more power forward right now. And I think Johan Petro might be their starting center, and he might be worth owning in fantasy leagues this year.
Absolutely, for rebounding and definitely they need his post defense.
And he blocks shots and rebounds, and he's even been scoring a little bit. So he's a guy you want to keep your eye on if you're in a fantasy league.
I got Spencer Hawes in my last round. 5 games he will be starting for the Sacramento Kings because of Brad Miller's suspension.
What was his last preseason line? Was it like 25-18?
25-16.
25-16.
And I felt when he was coming out of the University of Washington, I felt that his post game was very refined for a young player. Definitely.
It is, and they said earlier in preseason he really needed to make a decision whether or not he wanted to be a post player or a shooter like Brad Miller, post up. And apparently he finally figured out that he needs to go down and pound it inside. The scary thing about Spencer Hawes is he's had 3 knee surgeries, one of them being microfracture when he was a kid.
Yeah, teenager.
And, so you're really concerned about his knee, but hey, me and you, we're just looking for him to make it through 5 games, right?
That's right, exactly. For the first week and a half.
I want him to help get me 2 wins in week 1 and 2, and then I'll put him on my bench, and we'll see what happens.
Yep, that's true. And if Brad Miller is traded, which is a possibility, Hawes in the second half can be a monster.
Yes.
Definitely. And and moving on, we talked about Marcus Hall earlier. Brooke Lopez, young talent for New Jersey, definitely. But Rasho Nesterovich, wow, interesting. Sleeper.
Have you looked at his game log from last year at the end of the season?
No, I didn't.
Guy was racking up like 24 points and 14 rebounds. Like every other game was some huge, crazy double-double when he was with Minnesota, or when he was at Toronto last year. Now he's with the Pacers, and his competition for center minutes are Jeff Foster
and Roy Hibbert.
And the rookie Roy Hibbert. Hibbert's better than people thought he was going to be. He's going to actually be a decent NBA center, I think. Not great, but he'll have a long career. Foster's just always kind of gotten the gig in Indy by default. I'm not sure he ever did anything to earn it. He can be a double-double machine at times. But Nesterovic blocks shots. Nesterovic has double-double capabilities of his own. I don't love him as a fantasy player this year, but he's a guy that if he gets the majority of the minutes at center in Indy, is going to be worth owning probably.
Okay, I will definitely keep an eye on him. That's
and when we're done, you look at his game log from last year in Toronto. At the end of the season, it's unbelievable.
Wow.
Sort of like Ramon Sessions when he went on that crazy run last year.
Chris Kaman, I'm surprised because, Marcus Camby is always, his health is always in question. And Kaman definitely, even with Marcus Camby, Kaman could, really benefit for sure. He may lose some rebounds, though.
He could. Kaman may be fine. I kind of got the sense Kaman was playing over his head a little bit the last couple of years. And I don't know if you watched Germany at the Olympics, but Kaman was awful.
Oh, really?
He looked terrible at the Olympics.
Was he out of shape? Did he look out of shape?
I don't know that he was out of shape. He had rings, the Olympic rings carved into the side of his head, though.
Oh.
Into his haircut. He just didn't look good. He looked like he was getting intimidated by those guys. And then you stack on the fact that he has no Elton Brand, although he didn't have Elton Brand last year. But he's got Camby playing next to him, and Camby blocks shots and gets rebounds. And Baron Davis is there. I tell you what, man, everybody likes to bag on the Knicks and the Nets, both. But that Clippers team is an absolute train wreck right now. Kaman is on this list if Camby ever plays. But so far, Camby hasn't even put on a Clippers uniform yet and probably won't this week.
Oh, my God. That and Baron Davis, he will not play 82 games again. They're like, God bless him, though, for doing that, but that will not happen.
No, and his finger's already hurt, and he's, here's the thing about Baron Davis. Mm-hmm. They're opening tomorrow night at home against the Lakers. Mm-hmm. And Baron Davis's grandmother is going to be in the crowd, and he loves his grandmother. If he can't go tomorrow night, he is hurt.
Yeah, right.
He's hurt, and we should all start worrying if we own him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's a game time decision right now, so we'll see if he can give it a go or not. But real quick, I know we got to go, but the other guys on that list, man, Eddy Curry completely out of the rotation for the Knicks.
I don't even know. Someone drafted him in my league. Can you believe that? Even in the 14th round, he lost his mind by drafting him.
I just saw a headline pop up on my computer. It said, Curry something like Curry mystified by loss of role. He's done.
Oh, God.
I love Jermaine O'Neal when he's healthy, but even the people who are fired up about having him in Toronto say he still looks like he's kind of playing on one leg.
Yeah.
And then Eric Dampier, he's got Desani Diop's going to be there this year.
Sagan and Jop.
Jop. And Jop and Dampier are going to tag team there. And, it's not like Dampier was tearing it up fantasy-wise anyway before, but he's going to really disappear this year.